Unless you change this, you will keep failing with women. In fact, this block is probably negatively impacting every aspect of your life. Let's be real. You're probably making life a lot harder than it has to be. And not because of your job, your past, or your circumstances. It's your mindset, the lens from which you look through the world, your life, yourself, and your opportunities. If you constantly find yourself feeling like there's not enough good women, not enough respect from other men, not enough good opportunities, then I promise you, my friend, that scarcity mindset is running your life from behind the scenes. And it may be one of the reasons why you have shaky confidence, why your dating life feels dry, and why your social life feels kind of flat. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be that way. So stick around and find out what you can start doing to adopt a different mindset that's actually going to serve you to create the kind of life that you really want, both with women and in your life at large. So, you've got the career, the discipline, the drive, but when it comes to social confidence, dating, women, you feel like you're fumbling around in the dark. Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm a love and confidence coach, and I work with men just like yourself to help them to overcome overthinking, self-doubt, and a fear of rejection or failure. My goal is to give you the tools of communication, awareness, the social skills, the dating skills that will allow you to step into being the most confident version of yourself. So you can stop getting stuck in your head and start building real connection with your friends, with women, and with yourself. For those of you who want to fast track that path and become the most high value version of yourself that you've ever been, the version of yourself that has endless success with women, gets the girl of your dreams, demands respect from other men, and creates the kind of life that he truly wants, then do be sure to check out the link in the description below. This link is going to give you access to a free, yes, I said free, 1 hour roadmap call with me, where we're going to sit down together and dissect exactly what it is that you need to start doing to evolve into that high value version of yourself. You're going to get a step-by-step process that you personally need to take that's going to help you to start actually moving the needle forward and stepping into the shoes of the most high value version of yourself that you've ever been. So, if that sounds like something you're interested in, what are you waiting for? Go ahead, click on the link below, open a new tab, and fill out the application after this video. I'd love to see you there. And for those of you who just want to stick to YouTube, then I recommend subscribing to this channel and hitting the notification bell so you can get access to all my future content and videos. Anyway, let's get back to the video. Let's get clear on what the real problem is here. Because the scarcity mindset is subtle, yet very destructive. Contrary to what you may already believe, scarcity is not just about money. The scarcity mindset is very much about the lens from which you see the world. It's a lens that causes you to believe that there is only a limited amount of success to go around, that women are hard to find, hard to impress, and even harder to keep, that other men are threats, not allies, and that if you don't make things happen fast and act quickly, you miss your shot. You may not say these things out loud, but perhaps if you look at your actions and the way that you move through the world, you might find that some of your actions are showing something otherwise. Now, you might be watching this video and thinking, hell no, that's not me. I don't have a scarcity mindset. And if that's the case, congratulations, you're on the next level. Enjoy your more healthy mindset and you don't have to watch this video. But if any of those points rang true for you, even just a little bit, then I recommend watching this and trying to understand where that mindset, even if it's coming up in subtle ways, might actually be holding you back in your life from doing the things that you want to do with women, with work, with your lifestyle, with your friends. Perhaps opening your mind a little bit to a different perspective could be a monumental shift that you can take forward after this video. But before we can talk about the shift, we first have to understand why this mindset is so dangerous. We may not say some of these things out loud, but perhaps when you examine your actions, you might start to realize how the scarcity mindset is actually playing out in your life. With women, you will find yourself overthinking, you'll find yourself clinging, you'll try to impress rather than to connect. You treat one woman like she's your only chance for love. So you lose your edge, your standards, your boundaries, your needs, and your sense of groundedness in your own self-worth in the process. That's scarcity. It makes you settle, it makes you feel like there isn't much out there for you, it can make you lose hope for something better to come along. It's exhausting. And guess what? That kind of energy is not going to attract a reciprocal, healthy relationship. It's only going to repel anyone who could give you a good chance of that. And that's because that kind of behavior, it signals neediness and a lack of self-respect. It signals self-abandonment, not leadership. With other men, you try to compete, or you avoid them entirely. You struggle to trust other men or build real meaningful friendships because deep down you fear being overshadowed or not measuring up. And with life in general, you play it safe. You wait for permission. You wait for the perfect moment where everything lines up, where you can act. You let fear run the show and you miss out on chances that could have changed everything. And all the while you tell yourself that you're just being practical or realistic or pragmatic, but really, deep down, you're just scared. Now, if this is triggering you a little bit, good. It should be. The trigger is the medicine. If you're feeling something coming up in response to this conversation that we're having right now, then that trigger is a signal from your body and from your subconscious telling you that there might be something here that needs to be looked at, that perhaps you're avoiding looking at. When we can actually look at our triggers from a place of curiosity and acceptance rather than judgment, that's when we can start to see that actually those triggers themselves are a messenger that is showing us places in our lives that we need to grow. And oftentimes, the things that we need the most lie on the other side of the thing that we are avoiding. So take this as an invitation. If you're feeling triggered by any of this, fantastic. What is that showing you? What is it trying to tell you? What are you supposed to see through this so that you can actually shine a light on blocks that you've experienced in your life that will help you to become the next version of yourself, who's more fulfilled, more connected, more confident. Now, let's talk about the practical impact of having this scarcity mindset. The problem is, with a scarcity mindset, you become reactive rather than proactive. So here's what this mindset will cost you in your life. Number one is confidence. You become so externally focused. Your whole sense of validation and safety rests on the external. Your mood is going to be dependent on the limited, scarce resources that you find yourself acquiring and holding on to with desperation, from a fear that there won't be much more coming anytime soon. The second thing that it costs you is magnetism. Believe me, people can feel when you're coming from a place of lack within yourself. It makes you come across in your communication, in your body language, in your decision making as insecure, uncertain, and closed off. And the third thing that you sacrifice by taking on this scarcity mindset is opportunity. And that's because you stop putting yourself out there. You talk yourself out of speaking up, applying, initiating, because you don't think it's gonna work anyway. You don't go and talk to that girl. You don't put yourself out there trying to intentionally meet new people, new friends, new women, because you don't think there's that many good people out there anyway. And what happens when you're sacrificing these things through the scarcity mindset? It creates a cognitive bias and a feedback loop that confirms your original belief, which is, see, there's nothing good here anyway. Nothing good happens to me. There's no good women out there. There's no opportunities. But it's not because good things don't exist. It's because your mindset, your decisions, and your lifestyle are filtering them out before they can even show up in your life. It's called a cognitive bias. When your mind is looking at life through a lens of a particular narrative, your brain is going to be searching for evidence for that very belief to be confirmed as true everywhere that you go. So you might be asking, after I paint this hopeless picture, what is the solution? The solution is to flip this mindset into the opposite approach, to flip it into an abundance mindset. Abundance is a practice, not just an idea. So you might be asking, what does an abundance mindset actually look like? Well, it will look like this. You'll walk into a room and trust that there's space for you to win without competing. You talk to a woman without needing anything from her, because you're already grounded in your own self-worth, and you also know that there are plenty of good women out there. So it doesn't matter how it goes with this particular one. So it's okay if it doesn't work out with this particular one. You support other men because their success does not take away from yours. And finally, you try new things and you take risks. Not because you're guaranteed to win, but because you believe that there's always more to gain, learn, or experience. Abundance says, I don't need to chase because what's aligned for me will follow me. It says, I'm not here to prove myself, I'm here to show who I am authentically. That is magnetic. That is powerful. And that's what makes you stand out without you even trying. Okay, so it sounds great, the abundance mindset, I'd love to adopt it. You're probably saying, how the hell do I start to do that? Right? So we're going to talk through a 3-step process of how you can start to adopt this abundance mindset and the practice of abundance into your life. So it's important to caveat this by saying it's not about pretending to be confident. This is about implementing consistent, intentional habits that will change your mindset and your behaviors over time. So here are 3 ways that you can start to build abundance for real. Number 1 is to catch the scarcity stories as they come up. Start noticing your inner dialogue when you find yourself saying something like, there's no one else out there like her. This is my only chance. Oh, I'm too late. Other guys have something that I don't. In that moment, bring your awareness to that narrative. Bring your awareness to that thought as it's coming up and actively interrupt it with a new thought. Instead, I want you to say to yourself, there's plenty of that where it came from. Life is abundant with great women, great men, and great opportunities that I can access easily. The next opportunity is always just around the corner, and it's up to you if you're going to take the steps to access it. Step 2, create more evidence. So, like I said earlier, if you have a particular lens that you're using to look at life, your cognitive bias is going to be constantly looking for evidence for that belief to be confirmed true. So it's important that when you start to cultivate this abundance mindset, you start looking for intentionally the evidence that the abundance mindset is true. Put yourself in environments where abundance lives. Join spaces such as co-working spaces where you can meet other inspiring people who are focused on their self-development and making their dreams come true. Go to events that expand your mind and learn to say yes rather than no to new opportunities, conversations, and new places. Abundance is a muscle. You build it by doing repetitions through experience. And step 3, shift from getting to giving. Scarcity asks, what can I get? Abundance asks, what can I bring? What can I contribute? Whether it's with women, friends, or work, show up with value. Not to perform and prove yourself, but to genuinely contribute. I promise you that that energy changes everything. Not only will it lead to more opportunities, more magnetism, more good conversations, but it's also going to result in a shift from your energy from taking to giving. And life will give you back what you give it. If you're always taking from life and holding on to things out of fear, life is not going to give you very much back. If you're giving, you're going to get something back. What goes around comes around, as they say. So to tie it all together, your mindset is either making life feel like a closed door, or it's opening you up to the possibilities that you haven't imagined yet. So if you want to become the kind of man that women are drawn to, that other men respect, and who creates opportunities wherever he goes, then you need to start thinking, acting, and feeling like there's more than enough to go around. An abundance of connection, an abundance of respect, an abundance of growth, and an abundance of you to give. If this video resonated, then give it a thumbs up and drop a comment. Let me know, where is it that scarcity is showing up in your life right now? And where are you most excited to start shifting that? And if you're feeling ready to dive into the core of this problem and rewire it completely, if you want to build confidence, charisma, emotional mastery, and authentic connection from the inside out, then this is the exact work that I do with my clients. You don't need more hacks, you need the right support, alignment, structure. Go ahead and check out the link in the description below. And if you're not quite feeling ready for that, then go ahead and check out the video that's on screen now. In this video, I'm going to give you 8 powerful steps that will help you to get unblocked in your life in the places that you might be self-sabotaging and coming up with resistance. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you over there. Bye.